We're back from lunch. Hey, everybody. Hopefully, Tony and Dan can hear.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear okay?
I think so, yeah.
All right, great. That means things aren't broken. It seems like BMO's still together because they're in front of us, Tom. It's always
true.
You know.
Yeah. True. That was the last thing you were asking us. Like,
Yeah,
how are you still together?
You never know. Well, you never know with band, and it looks like from the just recent social media, it looks like you guys haven't lost any core members or had anything catastrophic happen. So that's good, unless I'm putting a foot in my mouth
knock
here.
on wood.
Yeah.
All right. Knock on wood.
That's awesome. Tom and I, we lost damn near every person there.
Yeah, you just lost that. Yeah.
And I told people this. I go, you hitch your wagon to me, it's poisoned.
Yeah.
I knew it. In fact, you guys
I knew
can
it.
borrow that if you want to write an Americana song called Poisoned Wagon.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
okay.
Yeah.
Do we have one?
we have one called Poison
Does sound good,
Star.
right?
yeah,
Poisoned Wagon, and it's about a guy that goes town to town, and he's selling his snake oil to everybody, but
Snake oil.
one bottle per town he puts poison in to kill people because he's underneath. He's a serial killer.
You thought about this too much.
Actually, that's more of a
There's a
movie
lot
than a song.
Yeah,
Forget
yeah.
the song. That's a movie.
He's got a big wobbly tooth on top of him.
Yeah.
So we did write a song called Poison Star and made a video, and that's why we're with the Science Center.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, all right. Let me fix one thing, and then we're good. That looks good. All right. Perfect. Mr. Van, would you like to start?
Yes.
Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So they're doing Science Night Live again.
Yes.
The Orlando Science Center is.
And what is if I were to sign up for Science Night Live at osc.org? That's our partner, the Orlando Science Center. What am I looking at here?
Well, it's an adult-only night that you can enjoy some cocktails.
It's a proper date night.
Yeah, it's adult, oriented, where they have special entertainment that comes in.
But it's not dumb stuff.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
dumb stuff.
No, yeah.
They
yeah,
hire
yeah.
dumb stuff to get the word out. But this is
Yeah.
like top tier speakers. It's like science meets comedy, a lot of demonstrations,
Yeah, there's
giveaways.
Yeah, there's some improv.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff that they do at Science Night Live.
And there's also a live band playing
Yeah.
that we happen to know.
Yeah.
And BMO's in studio with us. Tony and Dan from
Quack,
BMO.
quack.
Yeah, good
So-
to see you, man.
Nice
So-
to be seen.
Did you just shucky ducky me? That's awesome. Well done. Well done.
So how'd you get involved with Science Night Live, guys?
Well,
Go ahead. Do it, Dan.
we just released an album a few months ago. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in part of that, we're producing content. We got with the Science Center because there's one song called Poison Star. It is about a meteor hitting the Earth and killing all the dinosaurs.
Right, yeah.
And so we reached out to the Science Center and said, can we shoot a video?
And do you still have that dinosaur hanging
Yeah.
around? And lo and behold,
So
they're
that-
like, yeah, you can come use our dinosaur.
Yeah.
So we shot a really cool video, and they're like, so maybe you might want to do Science Night Live with us. And we're like, we'd love to do Science Night Live as your band.
I think
So-
you guys
that's
fit
awesome.
well
Yeah,
for
it was
because
fun.
I think you guys are approachable from like all angles. I think like you're not like a death metal band is what I mean, or you're not like a
No,
sludge
or are
band.
we?
It's not gonna. Well, you could be, but it's not like you're gonna wander into a BMO show and then be like, oh my Christ, you know, like you're normally gonna tap your foot and you're gonna enjoy it. And most people can enjoy good acoustic playing.
Now,
I feel like.
We're not melting faces, but we will.
Well, you can. I mean,
could.
yeah, I was gonna say I
We
think that
have.
you're doing yourself a disservice. I think you can melt faces,
Yes,
but
we
I
will-
think
we
you're
will
very
melt faces.
approachable.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if anybody brought this up, but is it a little disrespectful to the dinosaur fossils that you're singing a song about something that killed them?
I like your. I like that Tom is taking a bit of a Native American look
it. Yeah,
on
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like you
I
are
like
disrespecting the sacred ground. I
Are
kind
we-
of see.
Yeah,
what,
yeah,
Oh, wow.
Are you Indian? You have told me for years that you're Native American.
It's like-
Maybe you could be.
It's like singing a song about COVID at my grandma's grave. I'm sorry, I apologize.
That's all right.
we can almost use my mom. We can almost use my mom, but no, that was sepsis.
I
That was
apologize.
sepsis
I
got her.
apologize.
We're a dark show.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting dark.
And by dark, I mean
getting
we
darker.
are both African American men. A lot of people don't know that.
I know. That's like the
yeah.
Wolfman Jack thing.
Yeah, a lot of
So,
people
yeah.
don't know
I'm
that
sorry.
we are two
I'm sorry.
brothers.
What made you come up with the idea to come up with a song about an asteroid killing?
I
the
know
dinosaur?
it's mushrooms. Everyone's on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Weed was 2 years ago. Now we're all mushroom people.
Yeah.
Go
Matt.
Matt
The guy
Giuliano.
that plays every instrument known to man.
Right,
yeah, he plays
He's also a
bagpipes.
dinosaur.
He's your mandolin guy, right?
Yeah, he's our
Isn't he?
mandolin
Yeah.
player,
Mandolin.
does piano,
Can I-
violin.
Can I give him a compliment for a
cello.
second?
Please do.
And I'm upset that he's not here.
So are we.
When the rest of you wear suits and wear like beautiful boots and vests and everything here,
right.
he will wear a Big Johnson T-shirt, and I admire. He doesn't care. He'll just come. He'll just T-shirt.
That's a true artist.
We've had you guys in like 6 different times. Every time, just a T-shirt. He's here, mandolin T-shirt. He's like, I got no time for
That's
you.
the Albert Einstein approach, right? Just wear the same thing.
Yeah.
That
I
way you
like
can
that.
focus
Steve Jobs,
on.
right? Steve
Yeah,
Jobs did
it's
that.
like
Yeah,
Doesn't have
Tom's
to think.
trying to do that right now.
Are you?
So when was the last time you guys are in here? Just refresh my memory.
Oh my god.
And we'll circle back
too
around to
long.
Science Night Live.
2003, 2004.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a couple of
Yeah, no,
years.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Been at least a year.
So have you cut? Is this? You said you cut a new record. How
Yes,
new
we
are
did.
we talking?
J-
JB's
talking-
wedding. That's when we were here last.
Well, yeah, that's
Yep.
right. We were
Yep,
here
JB's
after
wedding.
JB's wedding. But
Yep.
we cut it. We released it in April.
Yep.
We did a show over at Judson's. Have you guys been to Judson's live over at Dr. Phillips yet?
I have friends,
So
and
nice.
obviously you guys have played there, and
Yeah.
Jordan Foley, buddy of mine's
Yeah.
played there.
Yep. Yeah.
And I have yet to go there, but I've heard. Tell me a little bit about it. I've heard excellent things.
Dude,
It's a small room, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's about 140, 150 seats, I think. It's like that jazz listening room kind of thing, small tables, amazing cocktails, and really, really great sound. But it's a really, really cool vibe. But yeah, we released our album, and they let us have our show there back in April.
Oh wow.
That was a lot of fun. And we're going to be back there,
December 2nd.
Yeah.
We did really well, sold a lot of tickets, sold it out kind of, and then they're like, hey, why don't you guys come back in December? And we were
Nice.
like, we would love to come back, and we're so happy to be able to. It's an amazing room. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
you
well-
walk in and you're like, and everything is top shelf and top notch. It's great.
Yeah.
Everything they do over there at Dr. Phillips, is amazing.
Yeah.
And one of these days, I'm gonna get my guy male ass in that female bathroom. That crazy female bathroom that's golden.
Wait,
the golden
what?
bathroom.
I do not know.
No.
the
There
$1
is-
million female golden bathroom.
There's
you don't know
there
it?
is an all ladies only.
No way. I hope so.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in this day and age, I find that in this day and
Well,
age,
I mean, I
don't judge or anything like
I'm
that.
look, man. This whole thing about when they open bathrooms to gender everything, I'm all about that. I snaked a woman at Will's Pub the other night because it's gender only. I was like, and she was just too slow. I'm
Yeah.
like, yank, I'm little. I get in there quick. Hey, man, you put the opportunity out there. If you're going to change the opportunity, I'm taking advantage of it. But why don't we open that up to all genders?
Well,
the $1 million bathroom.
Well,
Yeah,
somewhat-
why don't we?
Yeah,
There-
'cause it goes
Tom,
both ways,
why?
ladies. It goes both ways,
So why are you
ladies.
bringing this up?
I'm going to make everything political on the show from here on out.
Thank goodness.
That's what we need.
That's
spark
what
it up a
I'm
little
saying.
bit. Stand.
Have you guys ever thought about, and you're very close with your dinosaur
We are
song,
very close.
because that song is a dinosaur song is so close to a political song.
Yes.
Have you thought about
Okay, I'm
dipping
listening.
Dipping
How
your
is
toe
that?
in? Because you could, if you guys started writing alt-right jingles, you could be rich.
Yeah. Because I'm getting mixed messages because then like society's like, oh, we're done with politics, we're tired of the fighting. We're like, okay, we'll be the show that doesn't talk about politics, right? And then then I'm looking at, I'm like, hey, what are you guys watching? Politics. Why are you watching? I'm mad. I like.
Hey, we're over here. We're talking no politics. Yeah. That's fine.
I like getting mad, and I like to
And
just
I'm gonna
watch.
stay mad.
Yeah, I like just watching my TV, mad all day, and then I talk to my friends and family, and I yell at them about stuff that I can't
Everybody's
control.
stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna doom scroll politics all night long.
Yeah, I'm like, you like that? And I'm like, no. I'm like, you do like it.
No, but he'll
You're
say
a liar.
He's like, you
You're
like
a
that?
liar.
And they'll be like, no, I like you. I want comedy. I want lighthearted. I'm like,
No, you
but
haven't
our
li-
numbers don't reflect that. You lie.
Yeah, you haven't listened in years. You're just listening to politics, making yourself mad. You're addicted to being mad. Anyway, sorry, BMO.
That's okay. Get it out. Get it out. It's like poison. Get it
I've
out.
also
Get
always
it out.
loved that he calls you collectively BMO. Hey, it's one of my favorite things in the world.
That's
so,
fine.
Someone's last name is BMO.
So what? That's a story. JB actually thought my last name was BMO. I'm like, I've never
that's what I
corrected
thought.
him. I've never
Yeah,
corrected
you're
him.
as
It
smart
works.
as a t-shirt guy. It works.
So now, have you guys used AI to write your songs? Because I would do that.
Yeah, kind of. Where are you guys at? Because you guys write a very analog form of music, right? Like it's not like you guys are using a lot of beeps and bloops.
No,
you guys are plucking strings and singing. So have you avoided it at all cost? Do you have to mess with it in your daily life sometime? Like, where are you at with AI?
I'd say, well, with planning and things like that, it definitely helps out, like clear things up. But as far as the music itself, I would say that I would say JB has probably written AI stuff. And
You're
just
kidding.
Didn't tell
You think
us.
so?
He uses it for everything.
Of course he does.
I'm feeling a little shocked right now.
He just goes on there. I see
Yeah.
Daniel does it. He goes on there. He's like,
Oh, I've seen it. I've been at ground zero for that.
Americana song
About
asteroid hit the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It came from the stars.
And then I tell them, I'm like, steal it directly from BMO. Because did you know with AI now you can direct who you steal from? And I do it all the time. I'm like, take that one directly from The Weeknd. Steal its best song.
Yeah.
Because that is all it's doing. So there is a bit of
plagiarism.
I'm a bit conflicted. Oh, it's the ultimate plagiarism, man. It really is.
You know, we need
It's
to go.
kind of like the uTorrent of plagiarism. It's like we've smushed everything we know into a ball, and it's in there somewhere.
It's
people,
in,
yeah. Go ahead.
Well,
I mean, people used to rip off Zeppelin. It's like, oh, that's the tune from Zeppelin
People
4,
still
man.
do.
Like, what?
It's in
No, it
our
isn't.
human nature to steal. Like we sail to a place, we get out, we're like, oh, these people have gold, steal it.
Just
we
like
have
those
guns.
monkeys. There's
Kill them all.
monkeys that will steal cell phones now,
Yeah.
and you can't get your cell phone back unless you give them a mango.
We love stealing. We just show up with a flag and we're like, these people live here. I'll kill them all.
It's a very Viking kind of jam,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The Vikings couldn't, so they got on.
And that's
then
where we differ,
that's
because
it.
I'm not a kill 'em all guy. I'm just put them in cages. It's a horrible thing. I'm just messing
Well, of
around.
course,
I'm
of course.
sorry,
We'll
BMO.
just-
See, now you got me saying
It's
the
getting
name
darker.
of the show.
Getting
I'm
darker.
sorry, BMO.
Yeah.
So, have you guys been touring at all? Like, how's that work?
No, we've kept it pretty local, but we play a lot of Irish pubs.
Yeah.
So we stick mainly around Central Florida. At least the last couple of years we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Irish pubs, they just treat us so well.
I don't know what
they
it
just treat
is.
us well.
Well,
They're like, here, play more, and then people show, and we have a good time, and they just like keep inviting us back. So
We kind of write Americana, but we do learn a lot of Celtic stuff, and the more we do it, the more
Nice.
people think we're an Irish band, which is
So we're
great.
like, that's good.
And we have a lot of fun doing that. But to play an Irish pub the way we do it, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's a really good time. We play at Fiddler's Green a lot.
I think that's cool, though, that you found something that our very good friend Tiffany Martin found.
Yeah.
And when you can find a lane in where it allows you to still write and do whatever you guys want,
Yeah.
but then at the end of the day, you can provide because there is a need at these Irish bars for the atmosphere, and
Yeah.
if you don't have the real music from the real the Irish pub band, it's not as good.
Right.
Even if
Yeah.
it's loudspeaker, just regular, it's not as good. When you got the energy of the band on there, it's better. Tiffany found like she would do like her real band stuff, but then also she'd dip her toe into convention work and like
Yep.
play
Okay.
like commercial stuff, and I think that's the greatest part. I mean, like, if I were a musician right now, which was the goal, I didn't
Yeah,
accomplish it.
You're a percussionist.
I got close, but this is adjacent. But the goal would be to have my real project, and then also, man, I'd try and make as much money as humanly possible at conventions and Irish pubs and anywhere that needed me.
Yeah.
We just start dressing like a leprechaun.
Oh, dude, are you
Full
crazy?
in-
I'd have a pot of
Full
gold
on,
I
yeah.
drive around. I'd have a remote-controlled pot of gold I drive around. I'd
Get your
have
hands
whatever
off
it
your lucky
takes,
charms.
right?
I wear a kilt.
Yeah.
You gotta
That's
do
all
it.
for the money, BMO. No.
That gets weird sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's
What,
like
the kilt?
You
You gotta wear panties under that.
Oh, you got no.
gotta
There's
wear
a whole
panties.
story about that one, but it's
You
like,
know what you need to
it
do?
gets a little like
We talked about this yesterday.
Like,
you
ma'am,
need,
please.
You need to get a seamstress to create you a ginormous
Here we go.
stocking,
what?
like a what do you call it?
Can they see this?
Pantyhose. You need a pantyhose pecker.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Like those old troll dolls, you know, you flip up the beard and then all of a sudden you've got this like pantyhose, like
Remember the apron that was popular
Yeah.
in the late
Yeah.
'90s, early 2000s, where it was an apron. It said "Kiss the Cook," and when you lift it up, there was
Okay.
a pantyhose pecker.
yeah.
Yeah. My friend Deke did this for Halloween. I swear to he would like Deke. He had the
You
trench
rascal.
coat and he like, hey man.
Deke's crazy.
But back in the day when it was considered funny,
It's not funny anymore.
Yeah. At one point,
Why it should be,
how many
though.
in the band now? Five.
Yeah, there's
5. Yeah,
yeah.
at one point you guys got all peckers up.
Flashing your genitals. It used to be lighthearted. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, come on.
We're bringing that back this year.
We'll
Tom
put
and Dan.
Let's put a pin in it. We'll circle back. It sounds like a good.
Make genitals
Lighthearted.
flashed again.
Yeah. This lighthearted, chuckle.
Make genitals great again.
You know what changed it? Not to have this conversation with BMO, but I think you
Okay.
just answered your own question.
What?
It's because our grooming techniques have gotten more severe.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
more, this, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to dox you or anything. I'm just saying that because things are less blurry down there, nature's blur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nature's blur. Do you know what
yeah.
nature's blur is?
Yeah,
My mom
yeah.
had
I'm
big
getting a
nature's
picture.
blur.
Thank you.
My mom's nature's blur was the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah.
you could make.
Yeah. Like,
She hit velocity blur.
I believe the term is Earth Mother.
Yeah.
If Freddy Krueger grew hair, his head wouldn't be so disgusting.
A Nightmare on Elm Street and your
Sorry,
stuff.
Bimo.
Got it. Wow.
Nightmare on my mom's blur.
Anyway,
So when is therapy starting? The couch is here at least.
Mine's
Oh my
usually at 3 on
gosh.
Thursdays.
Yeah, this is getting
All right.
worse. I don't know how you get worse in
Well-
your career. You get less professional.
Thank goodness.
But again, it's Science Night Live, August 23rd. If you're already a member of the Science Center, you get a little bit of discount.
Yeah, you do.
Huge discount.
And,
I think so.
And if you're not, it's just $20 a person.
Yeah,
and
it starts at 8. Starts at 8.
It is a great way to explore the Science Center because all the exhibits are open, but you also get awesome entertainment.
We
and
get to
all these-
wander too, which I
Sure
think
is,
is-
yeah.
it's a lot more fun to just kind of do it at, like with your own pace with like a cocktail and maybe a
and stuff,
loved
yeah.
one. So yeah, if you haven't been, it's definitely great. Science Night Live, August 23rd.
So, what's the plan moving forward in the next? Do you guys have like a 5-year plan or whatever? Like, I'm not
Always.
into. Okay, so what is it? I want to hear.
We're
it.
big on
Always.
plans.
Yeah,
We're
like
big on
plans.
plans.
Yeah.
You want to? I'll start. Well, so we're definitely. We just released the album. We did we had a great album release party at Judson's. We asked us back. Now we're starting to do more Celtic. And we're starting, maybe we may do a Celtic album next because we'll do some traditional stuff, put that together, and just kind of like maybe even do more of that.
I think
It's
that's
pretty
smart.
amazing.
I think that's smart.
What's considered Celtic?
So there's traditional stuff that doesn't have a copyright. So that's the first thing is like you
Yeah.
want to make sure you get something that you can record and not get sued over it, right? So there's traditional Celtic music that you can record, and everybody loves it. And when we play it at the pubs, they freak out. They're like, "Wow, that's great! You should record that." And we're like, "We should totally record that."
Yeah.
So that's kind of our next kind of vision is like we're gonna try to do a little more Celtic and write some more Americana. And what else you think in there, Dano?
And really just keep playing the pubs that we do and expanding that and getting out to Tampa and all that. I think ultimately the dream is to get the band over to Ireland.
Yep.
Like that would be
Oh, that would be
amazing.
great. That's
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty terrific goal.
And
to
Dan
get-
just got back from Ireland.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like how many American rock songs they end up playing in the pubs anyway. It's hilarious. You would think you would go over there and it'd be diddly 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 like all day long, and it's a mix of all that. Like and,
They're playing the
yeah.
Jen
Actually,
Blossom.
the best version I've ever heard of the YMCA was in a small pub
What?
over in Ballyvaughan. Yeah, it was hilarious. One guy on a guitar. It
Wow.
was
Our
hilarious.
buddy Jeff Polly that we talked to a couple of weeks ago, but we were about to go on vacation, we were loading shows, and he happens to be a singer-songwriter, or he was,
Yeah, and
for a
played
couple
in
of years
Ireland.
in Ireland.
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
Playing pubs over there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
number one requested song he said on the interview was Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
So-
he's like, that's not very Irish.
no,
It's like you're American, yeah. So our friends Clover Revenge, they go over there and do that. So we make friends with a lot of other
Cool.
Celtic bands around, and they play over on the West Coast. And John and them, they're really great. They go over all the time. Our friends from Oak Hill Drifters, right?
Yeah,
Rachel went
Rachel,
over,
yeah.
and they went. It's just kind of like, hey,
It's
let's
a
go.
thing,
Let's
yeah.
let's hop over, see
I
how it
remember
translates.
when Jeff Howe did it, and he's done it a couple times.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
seems like it is a thing that if you are a musician, and even comedians,
Yeah.
like they get the bug, and if you're doing it professionally for years, you're like, I'd like to try this in a completely strange alien landscape and see how I do. You
But
know?
the vibe over there, just like an Irish pub here, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, man. It's like the live music scene. People just love live music over there. Like,
Do you
no
think
matter-
more so than here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they get a little
Absolutely.
more fanatic. Too. They get into it.
Well,
right? They'll
yeah,
start-
like they're
get
more
into it.
responsive and things like that,
Yeah,
though.
like
Yeah.
the call and response thing. Like,
But that's the expectation when you go in an Irish pub in the United States. I mean, especially when we play Fids, anytime after 11 o'clock, it's
oh, buckle up.
It's insane in there. You guys should you guys should stop by next time.
Well, they're all drunk.
I got put in a headlock, man. I'm like, hey, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down.
They're drunk and fighting. That's not the Irish I know.
I'm like, whoa, but it was innocent and like we're all worked out. But
they're drunk, roughhousing.
Like easy, man. Like, don't get so excited there, Mikey. You're gonna.
There will be no fighting at Science Night Live.
Yeah. Well, that's a different vibe.
Different vibe, which is why we're playing the Science Center. It's so much fun.
There you go.
Where can people find BMO's music?
You can start with bmoband.com, but we're on Spotify, so look us up, BEEMO, on Spotify. Now, you can't try not to confuse us with the other BMO. It's a death metal band from Turkey.
Speaking of death metal, there's one from Turkey.
But look for the Americana band from Orlando, and that's us.
There you go.
But yeah, our new album is out there. You can find all the songs.
What's the new album called?
It is
Jokers, Jacks, and Fiends.
Yes, Jokers, Jacks, and Fiends.
Awesome. Congratulations, you guys.
Thanks.
Congrats on the new record. Congrats on Judsons and more of that. And we'll see you at Science Nights Live.
All right.
Science Night Live. We'll see you at Science Night Live. I'm hammered.
Live from the basement of the Science Building.
We will see you tomorrow.
Awesome. Great job, y'all.
Perfect.
And we're still on Twitch and YouTube.
Sorry to get so freaking crazy, guys.
That was fun.
No, I love you guys.
Where's that goatee?
That's the last segment of Tuesday for you.
I miss you guys so much. Like, it sucks. We'll just man.
I love your rig. This is really
This is so awesome.
What's that?
I love your rig. This is really
Oh, thanks, man. It works.
Really nice
It works out pretty good. You know, it's like not expensive. It it's like, and we've done a little bit more with it. We added better cameras and stuff to make things look better, but it's still not like, we're not, a couple $1,000 maybe, not even.
What do you think about the idea of a band like starting a podcast?
I think anybody starting a podcast now is hard, if I'm just being honest.
It's too much right now, right?
Well, it's just there's so many. I mean, we're trying to hang on to people. It's like it's hard.
How's your? Well, I shouldn't ask, but like, how are your metrics? Are they old?
In the real shitter, they're in the I like saying it on the camera.
We're still on, but
we're fine.
No, but it's like anything. If there is 100,000 Americana bands playing at the same time, like you could only get a share, and it's just a saturation of the entertainment, and it's like you are now, trying to get the attention when there's 10,000 things. I mean, people are just scrolling now, so not that everything's fine, and we started so long ago that we're good. It's just I don't know how anybody gains any traction nowadays with anything, it's like, because you're competing against so much, and there's so many, and if you thought you had a good idea, like, I'll start a podcast about,
I only do chicken sandwiches, and that's all I interview for. Like, there's like 7 of them already. And there's like 7 people, and 3 of them do it way better than you.
If there's not, and you get popular, then there'll be copycats immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then so there'll be 30 podcasts doing podcasts on chicken sandwiches immediately, and then they're going to take some of your listeners. I'm just thinking. And then it's like, all right, you're constantly battling for everybody's attention, and then like shit.
Atle is in there. Yeah, nice. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah, so it's
our
like
Swedish friend is in the chat room.
So I mean, it's just like anything. You just put your head down and grind, and then
we're fine. But it's one of those things where it's like, as far as starting it goes, I'd be like, if somebody asked me to start one now, I'd be like, oh man.
Same thing with a band. I'm like, are you insane? You're gonna start a band? Yeah. Do you realize how many bands?
But if you really love it, then I would say do it, because it's it'll be reflected in the product because you care about it.
Yeah, that's why we are where we are. Like we're I think we've reached a point where we will not stop playing. Like, we love this too much. And like the weekends are too much fun, and the responses that you get are too much fun. But like at the same time, like there's 90,000 other people that are doing what you're doing, and it's hard to compete, and there's no way we could feed our families off what we're doing. We'd love to, but
no, and that's we're lucky. Me and Daniel are lucky. This is our full-time job, so it's like that's we're already, I guess, doing it, if you want to say that is. But it's like, how do you continue? You're just like you just keep having to grind and work your ass off to try to continue doing it. Just like
SJ helps us, and he's one of our good buddies. He says on average there are between 1,000 and 2,500 new podcasts every day.
What?
New ones. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. You have a
it's
better
just
chance
now.
to make it in the
well, it's just not
NBA,
catching
man.
up though. Now it's like catching up now. Podcast is almost a trope now too on shows and stuff where they're like, "You have a podcast," and like it's like a negative thing, which makes me laugh.
It's become a joke because
Yeah.
everybody has one.
So-
The barrier to entry, there's zero barrier. You know,
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
it
Well, I mean,
costs
yeah.
$50 of equipment. I mean, you can get an MP3 recorder for use for $50 and a mic, and even you could record a podcast on your phone. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
when there's that much content out.
Well, for sure, you guys have the talent and the rapport and everything that you've got that you brought to the table with this. It's not just about the equipment either, you know. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are funny.
yeah,
Like
We are
that's-
really
and,
funny.
I
That's
mean,
subjective.
We're the fucking
we are
funniest
fucking
show ever.
hilarious.
You know what?
I'm
Keep talking
funny.
about me, BMO. yeah, suck my dick.
you know what I mean.
You
know
earned
what I
another
mean.
segment,
There-
BMO.
Yeah.
You knew how to
Turn
do
the
it.
mics on.
There are plenty of podcasts out there. They're like, dude, that's not funny, dude. That's like you're just.
Some
not
people
even-
don't want funny though.
I know, and I listen to Jim Colbert too, and he'll turn it around.
I
He'll
want
turn it
hard
around.
hitting politics. I need to be scared, and then I need to be angry.
I like to be
Angry.
angry scared.
I like-
to be angry scared gay.
Yeah.
That's my favorite emotion.
yeah.
Angry scared, a little gay.
Yeah. I want child trafficking. I want they're racing my son. I don't know what that means nothing.
What's
But
up, buddy?
You know what
He's
I meant.
here. He's here. I didn't know you were coming in. I thought we were gonna zoom it. Yeah, live. Let's do it live. Thank you
you
guys.
so much. Oh my
Appreciate
gosh.
you.
So will this be Tuesday or
That's tonight.
Tonight.
Oh, it is tonight. Oh,
Doing it tonight.
thanks.
Good
Can
to
we
see you,
pick
Tony.
real quick?
Yeah,
before we
let's do it.
haul ass and
Oh, you're good, man.
go back to work because that's where we pick
thank me.
I appreciate it.
Dan, thanks for coming in, dude.
Any other
We
time,
appreciate
just
it,
shoot us
man.
an email. We'll try to get you in for other stuff you need to promote.
Oh,
like your
thanks, man.
boots.
Oh, yeah, those are.
Supporting small business.
Yeah, look at this guy. He's got a shirt on and everything. You're ready for football season.
Good.
Let's get picked.
Let's do it.
Because that's what we're figuring. It's like it's just small business all over.
Yeah, but you guys like it. So that's the best part.
God, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you guys too. I'll put
Yeah, and our beers keep getting grayer every time I fucking see you.
this.
Which you don't grow beard.
I know.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Thanks, guys.
See y'all. Thanks again. Come on in, man.
Tonight. Got it.
I don't have a song for you. I'm gonna write one really fast. I have to write a song really fast. It's the one thing I fucking forgot about. See you guys.
How's it going?
It's going well, man. Let's put right there.
Here,
That's
okay.
you're on that mine.
Can I trust those guys, or do I need a Clorox wipe?
You can trust those guys. Yeah, they're clean. They're clean boys. But if you feel better, you can wipe it down. I always wipe stuff down. Except when I'm on a road trip, and then I'm like, I'm not a Buc-ee's guy. I'm a Loves man. And
I went to a Buc-ee's one time, and it scared the shit out of me.
yeah, I can't do it. It's too much. And people are like, "Oh, I love Buc-ee's." I was like, "Dude, I'm there to get a piss and get something to drink and get on down the road. I don't need Bucky nuggets. I don't need pajamas. I don't need hats, any of that. I'm very anti. Two things I'm very anti right now: Buc-ee's and electric golf carts. I'm very anti-electric golf carts.
Where is your bathroom? Right?
Down to the right.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll figure it out.
I'm shutting down the golf carts in Baldwin. I'm making it my thing. I'm coming for them. They mess with the wrong little beard. Coming for the golf carts. No, I don't care. I really don't care.
You need to get a golf cart. That was your dream at one point.
It was my dream. It was my dream. Well, once I get my electric scooter, which is it's being wired, I delivered the battery to Shane, but I know he's got other fish to fry. But he's got all the parts. We're so close. We're this close. This close.
God, I hope it never happens.
I kind of do too. I kind of do
I'm
too.
joking.
You know me well
I'm
enough to
joking.
know that there is a little part of me, and that's what makes me a fucked up, horrible person. There's a little part of me inside my brain that's like, you know it's not going to happen, and you kind of hope it doesn't happen because it's sort of funny that you bought this kit in 2012.
So long ago, the first battery died.
Yeah, that's
So you had
true.
to buy a new one.
Well, actually, no, that battery,
I know you'd never trickle charge
it's
it.
a special battery. They should have told people that.
Well, when you're dealing with one-off shit that's
Well, it has a
experimental-
switch in it. In the battery, if it doesn't get current, that when you plug it in, the current switches the battery on to say, I'm being used, and it doesn't hibernate. If it never goes into a terminal to give it power, then that switch never turns on and it stays hibernated, and then it just dies.
Yeah, it
has to do it
gets
once
so
a day.
low. Yeah.
So there's this plug that we have it on now that it will literally turn it on. It'll just turn the battery on and then immediately turn it off, and that's all it has to do.
I'm so dumb, I don't even understand really how batteries work.
Me neither.
Because like I know there's
I have
like
a battery
acid in
car.
there.
I don't even know how it fucking works.
But it's like
Oh, you got headphones? Okay, great.
it's like, oh, the battery got too low. It could never hold the charge down. But like, what?
Yeah.
What's
You know
what's
what?
in it?
I think
Like,
I
what-
think my balls
why-
are filled with semen. So I'm the last guy. I think batteries are filled with semen too. So
You're like, why can't it? What happened to
I
it?
think the actual liquid inside the battery goes down, and then when you charge it, it fills it back up
Yeah.
with liquid. That's how fucking stupid I am.
I'm like, well, what's in there? Why can't it work anymore? Anyway, all right, let's do this.
All right, SharpSquare, you ready, buddy?
Do I
wait,
need
I gotta
to
write.
wear the cans?
What's that?
You don't need to. It's just easier to
You don't
hear
have to
yourself,
wear 'em.
but you don't have to wear
Yeah,
'em.
if you hate it, take them off. I'll make
Yeah.
it sound good, and then you just want to get about that close to the mic.
Yeah.
I'll push the mic or pull the mic close to your face, and then
Yeah.
and point it there. Guy, you're good now.
That good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me in, guys.
Yeah, no problem,
Thanks
dude.
for being here.
I forgot you look like who's that movie star? The
Adrian Brody
no, is it Adrian Brody? Yeah, tall.
from The Brutalist.
Yeah, Brutalist.
You look like The Brutalist.
yeah,
Yeah, you're The Brutalist.
Yeah, you got-
Brutal football
You
picks.
got a little Brody in there.
What's up? It's Brutalist with their brutal football picks.
Yeah, that's better than SharpSquare.
Yeah, I'm your football architect.
Rebrand.
Everybody just wants picks, you see, because there are a bunch of idiots out there. That's where you have to guaranteed the brutalist top 5 brutal.
Yeah, we're top 5 brutal, and we're in our scamming era.
Yeah,
me and Tom.
guaranteed,
Yeah.
and then they pay money for it.
It's a
month.
lock. It's a brutal
Yeah,
lock.
it's a brutal lock of the day.
The brutal lock of the day.
I make the mistake of trying to be like, this isn't, I'm not trying to give you picks. That's not,
No,
and then people are like,
no,
no.
you got to give the brutal lock of the day, but you got to be a subscriber. You got to get in there. You're gonna buy the brutal package, different tiers.
The brutal bundle, dude. Come on, that's why I'm here. This guy can't. This guy's
Yeah.
fucking marketing is out
Yeah.
the window. He's your business
Simple
guy.
alliteration.
The brutal
Just
bundle,
Come on.
$399,
Yeah.
one-time fee, and you get the brutalist picks, weekly picks.
Hey, here your winnings are brutal. I'm doing the commercial. I'm doing the commercial for
and
you.
here's the scam: is that half the picks you pick one team, and the other half you pick another team. So it's half of your audience guaranteed winners. So
yeah.
then
It's the brutal split.
and then you start switching back and forth. So sometimes you have to guarantee. Some people do win sometimes, but most
Yeah.
of them lose. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then we do that thing that always gets everybody, which is like, we'll double your cash in.
your bonus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
$10 bonus brutal cash.
You get it in brutal coin, though.
Brutal coin. Yeah.
Yeah, which is crypto. Who knows how big brutal coin could get?
I think he can almost get as big as green dildo coin.
He knows Elon Musk third dozen.
You can only bet.
I love that the market now changes because Elon Musk did a Nazi salute and I got more money. That's how the market works now. This is because people being crazy. People do crazy things. I lose and I gain money. This is awesome. This is the way the world's supposed to work.
All right.
Fantastic.
That was a good
Because
warm-up.
that was a good warm up.
We should have been recording that. Now I'm out of energy.
You know what? I hate Adrian Brody. All right, here we go. Let's do some football. And I do have a song for him. Here we go.
Okay.
3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
Is the space shuttle over us? What is that?
What? Oh yeah. I heard that rumbling. What?
That's the Russians. It's happening. It's happening.
The Russians.
I don't
Oh,
know.
they're
It's all I
old.
can think of. I was born in '76. Come on. I'm a Cold War kid.
Yeah. Like Russia's have all the old ass 1980s jet.
Got the MiG. Got a dirty MiG coming over here. All right, it is time.
Okay.
This is probably your favorite. Are you like super? You got to be super excited. Football right around the corner.
I am, but I also get like it's so popular, you get overwhelmed by every different opinion, and then everybody's trying to like, you got the consensus opinion,
Yeah.
then you got the people going opposite of that, right?
contrarians.
And then it's like a huge sea of noise. Of like, oh, this here's why the Steelers are going to be great this year, playoff bound, and then the exact opposite.
Gotcha.
And they're both super confident too.
Yeah.
Which
Well-
is because they're just projecting nonsense.
Well, we have your friend, our expert friend, the Sharp Square, in here.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some football, and I wrote a couple of dumb. Well, I didn't really. I just typed as fast as I could.
Okay.
I didn't have a song for him, so I wrote. Here, let's see how this works. That's pretty good.
Oh, this is good for the brutal.
I know, right?
This is a brutal
This
assault.
is pretty brutal. Okay, here we go.
Football is gay. Put a football up your ass. Gay, gay, football's gay. Put a football up your ass. Gay, gay, football. Gay, gay, football.
Gay football. It's just some
Gay football is brought to you by the Brutalist.
Welcome back to the Brutalist Gay Football.
Only $3.99 for a year of picks. All right, that's why you got to.
Gay Football with the Brutalist, and here he is, football's most brutal homo.
With the gay guarantee.
I don't even know what we're doing here. I'm just screaming. All right.
That's why you got to listen to Twitch.
I'm excited for football, dude. I am excited for football.
So Jeff is in. He is the Sharp Square. He does a podcast called The Sharp Square, and I've been talking to him for years now, and we complain to each other about how we keep losing and gambling.
He's one of our football buddies. We love this guy.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Oh,
Appreciate
thanks for
you.
having me. This is great.
So, preseason started, obviously, and a lot of preseason storylines, which are kind of nonsense. Then I like listening to, like, the super popular stuff that's, like, backed by ESPN or, like, some, like, football, NFL network or whatever.
Right.
Because you hear these storylines, and I like to just... going back to contrarian, be like, God, this is just entertainment nonsense.
Well, they already did it with Shedor in the one game. Like
Oh my gosh.
he threw a couple of touchdown passes, and then the next day it was here he is. Look at him go.
Yeah,
and then literally the next day, not even 24 hours, it was like back to reality for this bum.
Yeah, he's
And I'm like,
far in the depth
what?
chart.
Well, that's what you got to do because you tore him down so much. You got to do a quick build up so we can just tear it down again. It's standard operating procedure.
Now, I will say I've never seen an organization make seemingly so many bad decisions as the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson being one of them that they're still paying for with how much money they gave him, and then
Do you put Baker Mayfield in there? Is that a mistake?
to
Let him go?
It was a mistake how poorly it went, and that could have
Because he's a good quarterback. I don't think anybody would say he's not.
No, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. It started with the uniforms for them and was all downhill from there. And it really hit its apex when they put whatever that little elf emblem is on the middle of the field.
Elf. Yes, they put it in the center of the field.
They were just letting you know. In case
elf.
you didn't know, guys,
Brownie the
we're
Elf
bad at
or
this.
something. Yeah, is he Brownie the Elf?
So, and everybody knows they drafted Shedor Sanders, but they didn't even. That wasn't the first quarterback they drafted. They drafted Dylan Gabriel before they drafted Shedor Sanders, and then of course now they trot out Shedor Sanders in a preseason game, and he played well, and so we all watched it, and then everybody's like, oh, look at Shedor, and like this is his debut, and he threw a touchdown, he looks good.
Yeah, the day before his father's birthday. I thought that was pretty cool.
And then they released the QB depth chart again, and he's number 4 behind Dylan Gabriel, who also played and looked like garbage. And I understand, like, the coaches are seeing something different, and we as the fan don't understand really what we're looking at. All we understand is touchdown and like, oh, he threw a pass and he caught it. So obviously the coaches know more than us, but it looks horrible for the organization and a gigantic distraction, which seemingly they're going to go into the year in this huge distraction where you got old man Flacco playing and Kenny Pickett behind him, and then Shedor Sanders 4th on the depth chart. Well, guess what? When old man Flacco starts floundering, then people are going to be chanting Shedor Sanders.
They already are.
Gigantic distraction from the start, and it's like, how did the Browns end up in this situation again
What do you
with
think?
a quarterback?
There used to be this rumor of this guy that worked for the Browns said he was a scout, and he said if you went away on a trip and you came back, the phone list when you got back into the building was different every time because it starts in the building. There's like so much turnover in there. I think Shedor Sanders is kind of letting us know by the way he's handled himself that he's not going to be the CEO of an NFL team. It's the one position you can get away with a lot of shenanigans playing any other position, but quarterback, you just got to be a little bit more buttoned up, and he doesn't seem to have it. I don't doubt that he has the talent, and I'll tell you this, if I'm watching my TV on Sunday, I don't want to see old man Flacco out there. Well, I do because I've won some good money, but an old man Flacco. But Shedor's interesting. He makes my TV better. So I like the idea.
Brutalist loves Flacco!
Yeah, the Brutalist does. Flacco's in my 401k, man.
Okay,
He's a good paying quarterback.
Good to know.
But Jeff, you can see the writing on the wall where like this is going to be a gigantic mess going down the tracks because as soon as Flacco falters, which every quarterback does, then all of a sudden the fan base and the pressure and owner of the Browns,
they're currently waiting for it.
Yeah. And you know the owner of the Browns, like even though he claims he had nothing to do with the Shedor pick. Yeah. So I was like, well, that seems suspicious because you took Dylan Gabriel and then all of a sudden you took Shedor Sanders later rounds after this and you seemingly you wasted a pick on one of them.
Wasn't there video of them in the background chatting too before that happened? There's more to that too.
Yeah.
There's like video from the draft room where they're like, you can see them talking heads back there, mumbling something.
Yeah, there's two ways to go about drafting and putting together an NFL team. There's team building, and then there's talent acquisition. And talent acquisition guys just want to collect names. They're not seeing how everything is cohesive and goes together. And that's clearly the Browns are trying, at least Stefanski and the coaches and everybody are trying to build a team. And then the owner came in there and just said, I can't pass up on this talent. It's too cheap at this point, which I would agree. I don't know if Shedor Sanders is going to work, but after the guy dropped to like the second or third round, it's essentially a free gamble. You might as well take it. So I don't fault anybody for taking him, but get him out of there the second you know it's not going to work because, like you said, Tom, it's going to be a distraction.
Yeah, and then so now they're stuck now because he played well. Like if he
would have got Deion on the sidelines with his Mr. Crab feet because he ain't got feet.
Oh, poor Deion.
And then you got the storyline that it was the most watched NFL preseason game because of it. So then
we tested that. Tom and I both watched it.
So all of a sudden you got money and the NFL likes that, and then so it's like like hey, we when he plays, people watch, and that's money to us, and even the team and the owner, they like money.
It's that Caitlin Clark watch effect too, where it doesn't matter whether you're rooting for him or against him, you want to watch it.
You want to watch and see if a green dildo comes flying.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So
betting on it.
So Jeff, this kind of leads me into a second narrative that I want to walk through with the Chiefs because as soon as they lost the Super Bowl last year, and then everybody was talking about is Travis Kelce, gonna retire? What is he gonna do? Is he gonna stay one more year? And then they announced he is staying one more year. He's gonna he's gonna hit the gym and get back to work.
And look at his Happy Gilmore hair.
Yeah. Guess what?
I do like his hair. I gotta admit, I like his hair.
I see him a lot of Happy Gilmore, a lot less Jim.
Well, they had a Jim on the set of Happy Gilmore. So, that's how much he knows.
So here's what I'm thinking about the situation. So I'm like, this is interesting because the Chiefs are in a situation where they can't get rid of this guy even if they wanted to because he's too popular, right? And he's too important to the team, to the owners of the Chiefs, to the NFL, just playing in the league. Like, and when you have that kind of pressure, you get away from the a meritocracy that football is supposed to be, which is only talent based. And old popular players, one misstep, you're out of here. And they do it all the time, right? Like this is what they'll take a player that even played pretty well and is like beloved by the team, and they're like, you got a little out of here.
Matt Ryan, that's the Matt Ryan.
Yeah. They'll buy you with even a slight drop in talent, right? So
your team loves to do that.
Oh, I've come accustomed to it. In fact, I like it now.
And no,
I'm joking.
And I looked at this and I was like, no player is impervious to that. They'll get, Brady, like New England essentially said bye-bye to Tom Brady, right? Which he eventually, like, the
had a little
next
more in
year,
the tank.
but won a Super Bowl. But so if New England can get rid of Tom Brady, no one's safe.
Well, Belichick likes him young, so he couldn't have that old quarterback.
Except Travis Kelce, I think, is so big paired up with Taylor Swift that
I like that you wiggled your hand for Taylor Swift. That's what old men do when they can't think of pop stars. You just put your hand in the air and you wiggle it, and then you'll be like Mariah Carey, and that's an old man reference, Mariah Carey.
That I think they're like, we can't get rid of him now. So the fact that they can't get rid of him, is
this your own narrative, or is this?
This is my own narrative. I haven't heard this.
I like this narrative.
Now, Travis Kelce's still a good player, but I would bet
he's
on
an
the
entertainment vehicle, dude.
That if there was no Taylor Swift, that he'd be out. They try to trade him. They try to get rid of him. Whatever. He's aging. Like, he lost a step. Everybody knows it. He's still good, but he's not as good as he was. But they have to keep them. And they have to leave it up to him because he's so popular of a player.
And he knows Happy Gilmore. He's got Happy on speed dial.
And that diminishes the chances of you winning by micro bits. But I think they'd have a better chance of winning if they brought in a younger tight end. They pay less or whatever. That's a little faster. And because of that, I don't think they're going to do as well this year as they.
Jeff, what do you think of Tom's, narrative, or excuse me, brood list?
Without the Swiftie connection, I think you're on the right track that he'd probably be shipped out because of financial reasons only. I mean, he can still play, and you can also be a good locker room guy. But I think the thing with him and all the Swiftie stuff going on is there's a lot of distraction. I think most teams would probably move on. Andy Reid, though, that guy loves himself a circus. He likes the who got in trouble and didn't get drafted. Let me draft them. Who's had trouble off the field. Let me take them. I mean, he's like a rehabilitation center for bad puppies. He just loves it. I think
I used to do that with banged up women.
Yeah. See, there you go.
They used to call me the Andy Reid of the streets. They call me Little
right.
Andy. Remember when I was known as Little Andy?
Yeah. Right? And you would keep on to that Kelce girl a little too long.
Yeah.
They probably are, but I still think he'll be valuable to them. And that, if there's any reason that the Chiefs don't make a great run, which, let's face it, they could win 12 games and go to the second round of the playoffs, and it would be a huge failure. They're the only team that's in that predicament. But
I did see some top NFL storylines, and number one was, can the Chiefs bounce back? And I'm like, bounce back? They made it to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Like, that's like any team they would kill for that. They'd trade anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, to make it. Right. So it's like,
is that a result of how quickly our news cycle moves?
Yes.
Though?
Well, and because it's
we can't even enjoy the championship before we're on to the next thing.
Yeah. We expect, like, just making it there is extremely hard, and people forget, like, they almost lost the Houston, like, in the first round of the playoffs. Like, I was watching that game and I was betting on the Chiefs, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose this bet. And they pulled it off because, like, oh, that's what Mahomes does. But it's like, it's not magic. I love betting against magic too, because everybody wants to sprinkle in, like, oh, this guy's got what it takes to win. The motivation.
One thing I'd like to point out too is, if you wanted to, like, look at a map and try to figure out where Travis Kelce's going, I think he's leaving us little clues, or maybe gigantic ones. I mean, didn't he release, I guess last night when they did the Kelce Brother podcast, Taylor Swift was on there and she showed her new album on that podcast. I mean, to me, that's a roadmap of, like, I'm going to do media soon, and I'm going to do only media soon, and maybe I'm settling down. And
no matter what, that guy's a winner, man. You're going home to that smoke show at the end of the day. I don't care how many passes you drop. You're
super
a winner.
Talented business, Tolly.
Yes, very much so.
I'd also predict that as soon as he's off an NFL team and the podcast is not as popular, because now the Kelce brothers are a little bit removed from the NFL. They're not in it anymore. And then as years compile, then people just move on. Like, sometimes these things have a shorter shelf life than, like, think about Shannon Sharp's podcast, like his $100 million deal or whatever. And it's like, seems like,
well, he's gotten into a lot of trouble too.
No, I know, but it's just like the Kelsey Brothers podcast, the hottest thing. Like, it's not all things are not always the hottest thing. Like, they fall in popularity, and that's what happens. But God,
I feel so bad. I bought a whole truckload of Labubu's.
Let's move on to another topic. I want to hear what Jeff thinks about Jaden Daniels. That's another narrative of, like, can he repeat what he did last year? My prediction is that he will not do as well as he did last year, and he'll, the sophomore slump, as they call it.
Same for Saquon, right?
And
sort of the same thing. It's like impossible to do what you did the year before.
Statistically, mathematically, it is, way harder, and then it doesn't play out where, like, it's rare to have a player do that well 2 years in a row. So I watched Jaden Daniels last year almost get hurt twice, and the one hit he took, I was like, oh, this guy's out for the season. Like, I thought he broke his ribs. And I'm like, with a running quarterback, we've seen it for a long time,
He's not
a lot of
big
years.
either, is he?
No, he's a smaller guy, and you take the wrong hit and you get injured, and 3 or 4 games off or whatever, and then that's it. So if I was betting, which Jeff does, I would bet.
Well, you bet too.
Jaden
Don't act
Daniels
like you're
unders.
some
Under.
angel over here.
No. I'm saying
I'm joking.
I would take unders on Jaden Daniels and the Commanders.
What do you think?
It's just the boring part of the sports betting market is that as soon as somebody has as much success as Daniels and Washington had, all those great numbers, like last year, if you were trying to bet on Washington to win the division or their season win total, I mean, you cleared all those bets easy. So now just look at the difference that his success has done to those numbers. Washington went from a team that was predicted to win like 6 games last year to like 9 games this year. So the boring gambler is just going to say, we've peaked here. All I can do is either take low, go under things, or walk away. But he kind of shows to me, guy can play. There's no doubt about it. And even C.J. Stroud over in Houston, he went through that little sophomore slump, but by the end of the year, he was playing really well again. So some of these slumps and some of these downgrades, the cycle moves so fast that could be like a month or 2 where he's not playing well.
Yeah,
and he's on a good team with a good coach. And I mean, if you've got it, you've got it nowadays, because the NFL is so set up for success for these quarterbacks with the way that the rules are and the protections for them and how much caters to the offense. So you're probably not going to get a lot of value betting on the unders, but you got to keep in mind that people like me and Tom that are just playing the math, so many people are going to start pounding the unders on these teams, that what can happen with a guy like Daniels or a team like Washington is, if they have a little bit of struggle early on, say they lose their first couple games, all their numbers will tank down, and then you can come back in optimistically and maybe get a little piece of some of those overs or his MVP odds or over on his props or whatever they are. It does not take a lot to reset the market, and if you think the guy's got the goods, then you can find your spot to keep rolling with them.
I got a catchphrase for you. I was just sitting there. I was inspired while you were talking. Your new catchphrase will be like, if you're not gambling with the brutalist, you're just jerking numbers.
Okay, I
Right?
like that.
You can say that. I think you can say that. Just jerking numbers.
So, Jeff, is there anything particular you want to talk about? Because I could go through teams. I want to mention
Talk
the
about
Bears.
Aaron Rodgers. You don't want to talk about Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, the Steelers. I will.
Don't we need a prediction
Well,
there? We need-
Aaron Rodgers is a good little segue there, because I don't know who it was. It might have been Cabin Boy, but you were talking to somebody where you do a bet where you take the Dolphins and they take the Steelers.
Yeah,
and
we
he
did it last
he
year.
didn't want to take it. And I was just like, oh, if that's still available, I would be in on the Pittsburgh side of that thing.
Now, I wanted to run a bet that I had placed by you because
Too late now. You already placed it.
I found for the Pittsburgh Steelers to have the worst record in the NFL at like plus 800 or 1200 or something like that. It was like really high odds. And I'm like, I put a little action on that because.
Would you like some more?
Here's the thing. all it takes is for old man Rodgers to get hurt, and then they're done.
Right.
You know, like with the Duck Hodges.
You'll never learn with Pittsburgh, will you? You'll never learn. Duck Hodges comes in, they'll win 9 games.
I think
Pittsburgh is your nemesis, right? Do we want to talk about that a little
Well,
bit?
it's because
They
of what
burn you
happened
a
last
lot.
year.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's his nemesis because the math tells you they should be worse than they are every year, but then they're not.
Well, now, what do you attribute that to? Because he can't narrow it down, and it's gonna drive him nuts.
This is good because
when he gets the vein on the left side, that's Pittsburgh.
now he's gonna ignore all this and take nothing from
Maybe
it.
not.
but
That's very horrible of you to say. He's
I
right here.
could.
He's right in front of you, Jeff.
I've already ignored it.
yeah, he's
Oh,
already.
wait, he's going to the bathroom. Okay, you go ahead,
Yeah.
Jeff.
You are just too much of a. This is gonna happen 100%. There's just
That was like a perfect impression. I thought that was you for a second. I had to
there's
check the
no
camera.
way. There's no way it could happen any other way.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
When you live worshiping at the altar of math and statistics, you just can't put your finger on these kind of qualitative things that make teams good. And as there's no algorithm for good coaching. Guys that can get guys to run through a wall, guys that can get their players to outperform.
But
they
what
can
is that? I'm going to ask
them.
the question for Tom. Because what is that thing? Is it just...
You watch enough of it, you just know the coaches who have it. Think about the NFL.
So
You've
Andy
got,
Reid is one of those guys. Tomlin is one of those guys. Give
For
me another
sure.
one. Give me another one.
Mike Vrabel's
Yeah,
one of those
Vrabel's
guys.
one of those guys.
Yeah.
And then there's the guys.
The bad tooth, Detroit. Old
Campbell?
Brown,
yeah, Dan Campbell.
Is he one of those guys?
He
Yeah.
would definitely be
Yeah,
one of
'cause
those
he-
Bite their
guys.
knees.
Yeah. He's like, you say bite their knees because your teeth look like wood.
yeah. The rah guys. The problem with that, Jeff, is, and I don't understand when
I understand.
that narrative gets out. It's like, oh, these guys can get their players to run through a wall for them. They can motivate them. I'm like, aren't they motivated by the millions of dollars?
$14 million bonus.
And they're
guaranteed
motivated
money.
by the fact that if they have bad plays, not only do they get scrutinized publicly all across the world, but also it affects their money that they're making, which is all only thing I think they care about, which I'm pretty sure if you ask every NFL player, the only thing they do care about is their money, because they realize that it is, again, a meritocracy, and then if they start playing poorly, they're out, and it affects their bottom line, and it affects their family's money. And so essentially they're playing for the money, the most amount of money for the family, and that feels to me a great enough motivation to play 100% as hard as you can every play, and you don't need some coach telling you. And I know schemes and things like that gets more complicated, but I don't really buy into one coach is more of a motivator than the other, and that's the difference.
Then why have a coach at all?
But you just said the money was the motivator, and yeah, if you're a winner, you're going to make more money, but you don't necessarily have to win everything to get those big contracts. A lot of those contracts are just based on comps. Look at quarterbacks. The quarterback contracts have basically just become whoever's next is going to now be the all-time highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Where in actuality, no one should be making a dime more than like Mahomes or Burrow or Allen, but it'll work out that whoever gets the next deal will get that money. And when you got guys like the wide receivers that get that huge payday, they just got the payday. It doesn't really matter now what they do on the field. I think everybody wants to win. Not everyone is phoning it in, but one of the things people have to keep in mind, and this goes all the way up to ownership, winning it all is not everyone's goal. This is a business for the owners. It's a business for the GMs, for the coaches. They just want to stay employable. And for a lot of the players, they just want to get the check. And then nowadays, everybody's concerned about their brand and all these other things.
Yeah, it's bigger than that. I mean, and that's the thing where you say that I can't believe that there's any player that's not trying 100%, because it's so advantageous. Like, every single play is scrutinized by everybody's cell phone. Like, if you...
Yeah, but every player isn't playing the 100%. So you're talking yourself out of your own argument, aren't you? Like, when you look at a game that not all of it would be an impossibility for every single player out there to be giving it their 100%. You're using your lens to grade that.
But I think that how could they not be?
Because
they already got the money. Do you hear what he's saying?
Well, maybe they think they are, though. There's a lot of guys. You got to consider, we can't relate to this, but you're 22 years old. You're a multi-millionaire.
Oh, I feel like
Ever
that.
since you were in Pee Wee League football, everybody's been telling you you're the greatest, you're wonderful, oh my gosh, you're so good, you got such a great future. By the time you make it to the NFL, you've made it. Who's going to tell me what to do? What are you going to tell me, dumb old man, to some of these coaches?
What delusional. Did you see his eyes light up when he said that?
What is some guy who played back in the 1980s going to teach me that I don't already know? You'd be surprised the amount of ego, and there's certain guys that just can't get through, and then there's other guys that just earn the respect when they walk in the building.
Christine
and get
wants to
people
pile
playing.
on to what you're saying a little bit. She's like, everybody's 100% is different. Like, my 100% would be different than yours, than mine. Like, everybody's like, whatever you're giving 100%. I mean, what does that even mean? You're capable of less, capable of more. Who knows?
And maybe there is some sort of something I can't quantify that would cause a person that thought they were giving 100% and then some coach like Tomlin to motivate them to give that extra 10% that they didn't even know they had, and then that's what I'm not seeing. I'm just like, why? It's like
it's hard for me to go along with
your
what
contract depends on this.
So what would you?
It's hard for me to go along with what you're saying, and like I'm looking at me. I'll look at me. If I have the money in hand, like if you were giving me $100,000 to do some sort of task. If I have the money in my bank account and you prepaid for it, I am going to address it more lazily than if I'm working and then I deliver it and then you pay me. It is going to be different.
Yeah.
So if I get an I almost cursed. If I get an S ton of money up front and it's guaranteed to me, I might have a little less of that dog in me.
I used to do sales. I was a hot tub salesman, and our boss, if we had a killer month in the store, he would always throw his hands up. He's like, well, next month's going to be terrible. And we're like, why is that? He's like, because y'all are fat and happy right now. Y'all just got paid. You're not going to be working as hard to make the
sales.
Sitting in
your hot tub.
Now,
the brutalist can move some tubs.
The brutalist can move
the brutalist
some
over here is a tub mover. The rest of you, a bunch of maggots.
The brutalist can get the turquoise buy-in. But sometimes I think, because, I had such a good month the prior month, what I'm doing is working, but in actuality, maybe I am phoning it in a little bit more because I've got that security behind me of the fat paycheck.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to talk about the Bears a little bit, the Cowboys, the 49ers, and I know...
And the rest of the league.
I know that Jeff wants to talk about some bets.
Well, yeah, we'll finish out with some bets. Yeah, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of Corporate Time. Awesome.
So I just figured we split it because we're going to segment 3.
That is
Tuesday 2.
segment 2. Got it.
I love just sitting back here, like, watching you a little bit because I'm such a novice from this side of it.
I've done this so much. I don't even know I'm doing this anymore.
That's why
I've done this for...
I've
done this every day of my life since I was 19 years old.
That's what makes it so cool to sit here and watch.
Do you have anything you want me to bring up that you want to talk about, or are you fine with just me throwing out shit?
You steer the boat, Captain.
Okay, all right.
No, that's the worst
I
thing
steer
you
with
could have said. I'm Tommy Lee.
But it's a tiny elevator button. It's harder to steer.
We're not taking any big turns here.
We're just gonna go slightly left, slightly right. You'll see.
I'll buoy. I can't get out of the way.
I have to poof my pubes on it.
You know how disappointed I was when I got that tape? And the reason I gave it to my dad is I watched it. And I was like, I can't jack off to this. There's nothing jack-offable in here. I need full penetration, HD quality. I needed some...
Yeah.
I was like, this is all like, I don't know, what is that? Is that her vagina? I don't even know.
Although I am somehow sexually triggered by that 1990s handheld camera like footage.
Yeah, if anybody, if we go to, when we go to News Channel 2, he gets a boner.
Because you're getting the inside scoop. You know, if it feels like you're seeing
voyeur.
something that's tough. Oh, okay, there you
But
go.
it's also
voyeurism.
it's
Great word.
dated like that video footage style.
It looks like you shouldn't be seeing it.
Like it's dated in a time where I remember like those videos, like sex videos, sex tapes, like Paris Hilton and stuff. It was that like early 2090s
Baked into your brain.
Yeah, and the quality of it, like
Paris Hilton though is like someone that like sets up one of those cameras out in wildlife to try to catch some animal coming by or something. Wasn't it like it's in like the green light or something
But
like
I
that?
still,
night vision.
I still remember what Paris Hilton's eyes look like in night vision. She looked up and I was like, "Oh my God, a deer!" All right, would you like to bring us back?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Jeff here from the Sharp Square. We're
The Brutalist.
calling the Brutalist because he looks like Adrian Brody. And we're talking NFL football. Let's get into the Chicago Bears because kind of along the same lines as me not understanding head coaching and like because it goes back to like Nick Sirianni and like what the hell is he doing? He just won the Super Bowl. Like okay, but his offensive and defensive coordinator are making all the play calls, so he just.
Is he personnel? What does he do?
Is he time clock management? Is he doing just the overall general manager and just making
That's
sure?
what I want to do. I want to have everybody else.
But
because
how
I
much?
do want the luxury of being able to blame it on people.
If he was gone, could they have won the Super Bowl without him? I think they could. Like, remember when COVID and like head coaches were getting COVID and couldn't? They're like, he can't even call in because that's the rules. And then like, oh, the team won. It's like, well, did they need him? What was he doing? So they.
You need something for the coach to be doing, right? Like he needs some pedals over there or something that he's pumping on. And they're like, don't stop that. That's how we keep the, right? Like you need to be able to quantify what the coach is
If you're
doing.
McVay or Reed and you're calling the plays, it's like, okay, the head coach is calling every play. Like that's something. If you're not calling the plays, I'm like, well, what are you doing? Anyway,
That's a great question.
so they get rid of Eberflus, which people are like, oh, he was the worst head coach ever. I'm like, well, how do you know that? Like the team played poorly, and the quarterback didn't play that well. We all watched, like he didn't execute the plays that well. That's the coach's fault, And I understand like the coach has to have a better understanding of what his team can do.
And
that's part of it.
traditionally, the buck stops with the coach, right?
Yeah, and the coach, the thing, and this is becoming really popular, is to hire these great offensive minds, these really clever coordinators. This is what Chicago just did. They got Ben Johnson from over there in Detroit. But a play caller, an offensive coordinator, every time they get the ball, they just want to go down and score a touchdown as fast as they can. And great, that's gonna help you win a lot of games. You want to score, but the head coach's job is going to be to say, hey, we got a 14-point lead here. It's the fourth quarter. I know you want to throw 16 passes in a row here, but how about get me a run play in here because I got to run. I got to run a little bit of clock. I'm watching the clock here, and there's this many possessions left in the game. The offensive coordinators aren't thinking that. So with a lot of these teams, when you hire these offensive coordinators and they're going to call their own plays, they've got their head buried in that play sheet. And even when their defense is on the field, they're not paying any attention. So it's one thing if you've got a really good defensive coordinator like Sirianni over there in Philly. He had Vic Fangio, and that guy can just take care of everything. He's a former head coach. But you got to sort of
Unless he's in Miami, then he blows it.
Well, in my...
We had Vic Fangio.
This is the stuff that drives you crazy. Yeah, because they're good some places and they're terrible some places.
Yeah. So then I'm like, they don't like how he was too tough on
Brutalist happens in Miami.
Like Arthur Smith and Falcons.
So I don't
and
believe
straight
any
trash,
of it.
Arthur Smith and Pittsburgh. There they go.
I don't believe any of it, Jeff, and I refuse to because
mad.
Because you can't. They Vic Fangio. That's how they won the Super Bowl. Really? We had him in Miami.
Just out of curiosity,
Stinks.
why did you have to bring up Vic? You know how mad he gets when you bring up Vic.
And then it can't be too tough. I mean, again, these guys, they've been playing football for, like, there's all this BS.
Look at the vein.
Anyway.
It's a different, these guys have been playing football, though, but now it's not like back in the day where you went 2 days with no water breaks. Now, like, everybody gets orange slices every 5 minutes, and win or lose by 40, we're going to Pizza Hut after the game. It's a little bit.
Your bitterness. I like that.
It's a little bit different now. So a guy like Fangio comes along, and again, these guys that you can't tell anything to, like, they're playing for, oh my gosh, the spoiled little rich kid there in Miami who doesn't want to discipline anybody. So Fangio did not really fit into the team mold there in Miami. That's why he didn't work.
But that kind of blows your whole thing too, because shouldn't they all be in the team mold? Because you're all millionaires. We're all here to do a job. I see what you're saying. I get it. I do understand what he means.
No, I get what you're saying.
You're doing the job for yourself. Like, do it for yourself.
But then it makes you think, based on what you're saying, it does make me think, well, then you're all overpaid. And if we started at 0 and you were just really paid on the amount of effort you put in, we'd have a whole different animal here. Then the whole game would be different.
But then
we wouldn't have the Browns.
But then you watch the Canadian Football League, and you're like, oh, that's why we pay. They stink.
That is the best.
I can't watch a game where 15 drop passes, no one can catch a football.
They'll catch one soon.
So let's talk about the Dolphins, because you're wearing your villain Dolphins T-shirt.
Yeah, you got some compliments in the chat room on that.
So the Miami Dolphins. Now, I've listened to both sides of these podcasts out there where people are like, oh, I do not have a good feeling about the Dolphins this year.
He's listened to both sides, and now you're going to get the real.
And now he's going to tell you which one is completely wrong.
100. And here comes 100% Tom and the Brutalist.
And here's the thing. I feel even kind of embarrassed talking about the NFL because I don't know.
With Casual Fan Dan. That's me. If we were doing a show, I'm Cash Fan Dan.
And all of this is nonsense because it's all speculation, which is nothing. Like, he's like, okay, you speculate based on what? A bunch of nonsense? It's like that's what we're all doing. But
speculation is the brutalist business.
Yeah, but
I like that.
But that's what
we
all like sports because it's a soap opera and we're predicting and we think we're trying to predict what we think the outcome is going to be. But the Dolphins, all right. So tell me how the Miami Dolphins are going to be bad this year when I'm looking at the team, and I understand there's been some the moves and our defense isn't as good. We got Chop Robinson, who's decent, and we picked up some defensive players on this year's draft, but we still got Tyreek Hill. We got Waddle.
What's the status of Tyreek? Is he happy, unhappy? Is he going to run fast? What's he doing?
We've got a tight end.
Right, isn't he like a little bit of a diva, right? Like sometimes he's going to want to run real fast, and sometimes he's like, I don't know if I want to play here anymore.
We want everybody to always play to the top of their Madden rating. It's just not the reality of human nature. So, he's definitely one of those guys.
And we got Tua, who seemingly they were just trying to get the ball out of his hands as fast as possible so he doesn't get hit and crinkle fingers again.
But if this is going to be his last year, I say you got to put your brain on the line, Tua. I say you take every hit and you go for it, and if you go flatline, the Dolphins fans will take care of you. We'll take care of you.
So tell me this, Brutalist. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, Mike McDaniel, he hears all the rumors flying around, like he doesn't do well this year. Like people are
Hasn't he lost the locker room though? And I know you hate that. Haven't they said that they hate him because he's a nerd and he wears his gold rim glasses?
Which I called, by the way, and everybody's like, oh no, the NFL's all about young coaches now. Everybody loves coaches because I called him a nerd. I said no one's gonna respect him, and everybody's like, no, every coach is young now. That's what they like. And guess what? I was right.
They did. They pooped in a sandwich.
But
100%.
So, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, they still have good players on offense, although we just lost a running back. Madison got out for the season now, so we got.
What during just scrimmages?
Yeah, we got preseason, and I think it was practice. But Alexander Madison we drafted as a running back depth, and we had that young rookie from last year that I drafted on fantasy, did nothing. Stinks because I thought he was another Achan. And
keep in mind, folks, he loves gambling. He loves football.
But I'm looking. I'm like, the offense is still good. I mean, Tua's a decent quarterback. Like, why can't we win in the AFC East? Play Justin Fields and the Jets, and I know Drake May is better in the NFL, but then he played well last year. But it's still the Patriots. They got a new coach. It takes some time.
What do you think?
Why can't they be good?
Miami always runs into those hard to see factors. They run into injuries all the time. And back to these kind of clever coaches, you come into the season, you got your fresh notebook with all your new innovative plays. You know, you're like the Fonz there in the Water Boy. You got your notebook with all your special plays nobody's ever seen before. But then after a while, teams start to figure you out. Everything becomes less clever. And guys like McDaniel, unfortunately, just keep sticking with, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I know it's going to work.
Oh, that's you.
And he needs
100%.
You just keep sticking with it. I
Everything.
just keep banging my head against this wall.
everything
I'm
there
shoveling
in Miami.
coal. The Titanic is already underwater.
Yeah, the coal
Good
is
thing I got
wet.
that. Good thing I got this air pocket. We'll make it to the
I'm
surface.
like,
coal's
water's
wet.
coming through the chimney.
I'll
Keep
just keep
shoveling.
shoveling, boss.
Keep shoveling.
Everything has to go right for Miami, and it's just hard to sustain that. But this is the great thing about betting on football. I don't really, I mean, it'd be great if Miami could win a bunch of games, make a playoff run, but I'll look to bet Miami early in the year when all that offense is fresh, when everybody's healthy, when there's no crinkle figures, Tua's hips are in socket. Sorry, Dan. And
No, you're
everything
fine.
is
You're
flowing
fine.
well. Plus, people come down, they're playing in that heat in Miami. Everything goes Miami's way early, and they get our hopes up. And then the second one piece goes, it's just one of those things that it can't sustain unless everything is firing on all cylinders. So you bet Miami earlier in the year, and then when you start to see that slide, you start going the other way.
Here's the thing. They took the damn heat advantage away. I already been looking at it, and there is no heat game in Miami that I found on the schedule. They're all playing night games in Miami, and then later on in the...
Was that deliberate because of the heat?
I don't know, but that was
Probably.
fun. That was a fun part of gambling is the heat games.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
look
like-
how hot they are. They're sweating.
Well, it's like high elevation games or for baseball or for football.
And
or-
Denver, yeah.
Yeah.
And although a lot of that has been taken away because, like, as soon as
They're taking everything away from us.
Yeah.
What do you say about that, brutalist?
and it's like with technology and stuff, and they have like gigantic air conditioners on the on the field and stuff. Even though
They have air conditioners on the field now?
Oh yeah, but they've had fans of they have like cooling systems and like it's a lot less brutal.
Hey, look
than
at
it
this
used to
guy.
be.
I know brutal, and it's still brutal under the right conditions because you got to remember with the new collective bargaining agreement, these guys they play into shape a little bit. That not everybody comes into week one absolutely ready to play. And you see, if you get one of those 1:00 games in Miami, or if you have a game in Denver earlier in the season with that altitude, it is still a factor. You could make an argument that so many people know about it that it gets worked into the number nowadays. But, man, I remember a couple years ago, Josh Allen down there in Miami on a Sunday afternoon game. I mean, he was literally crying on the sidelines because he was cramping up so bad. We live here. We know it. There's nothing that compares to this humidity, whether it's 1 in the afternoon or 8 o'clock at night. It is a factor.
And here's the thing: bet second half because the defense starts feeling it. The second half, like late third quarter, fourth quarter, like that's when it starts affecting these
Kind
guys.
of like me in the second half at a mall trip.
Yeah,
It's like after Chick-fil-A. The second half, I'm like, oh, my God, I can barely make it.
Any other thing you want to talk about? Let's say, gambling. We got the Hard Rock app here.
Yep.
I still tell everybody, like, get the Hard Rock app, get Bovada.
What are you guys
get
both using?
What?
What app? Bovada, Hard Rock, what other
Here
ones?
comes a list.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll give you all my.
Because somebody
books
on
here.
YouTube, our good friend Karen on YouTube, said that the FBI is cracking down on offshore accounts or something. And I
They've
was
been
like,
cracking down on
Yeah.
offshore since the Clinton administration.
oh, I like that.
It's
Oh,
fine.
Brutalist flies it right in the FBI's face. I like that.
I use
Balls, man.
of course, the Hard Rock app. I've got two regular. I call they're PPH accounts, but they're basically bookies.
You got
like,
bookies. Got online bookies.
like a bookies
nice.
with a website. And then I use Bet Online, MyBookie, XBet. And then a bunch of PPH accounts. Those PPH accounts, they have the best odds. Like you get a bookie with a website. Dude, I got a website.
How many other people are on that website?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So it's like an anonymous thing almost.
Basically, how it works
is he setting the line himself?
No, the website does. So essentially, he pays someone to be like and then he gets accounts like me and a bunch of other people. He's in charge of collecting it, but the website sets all the lines and it goes with the market. But I got one PBH account that I get teasers minus 110 teasers, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the only account that I'm up, and I'm waiting for them to cut me off because I'm like $270 up, and I haven't been pounding it crazy because I'm like, as soon as I start pounding all these teasers.
I love the language, and it feels so nefarious. It's like right under ordering a hooker. I feel like it's having a bookie, right? Like I feel like it's right above hooker,
and that's the difference. It's
just
like,
as dirty.
It's like just the price is what matters, and everybody thinks they can predict the outcome. Like, oh, this is what's going to happen. You cannot predict the outcome. You place your bet on the price they're giving it to you. You know, the
brutalist will predict the outcome.
I like that.
Yeah. But anyway, we did all this before. But any other bets that you like this year?
I always, the thing about how you're absolutely right. You should have as many outs as they call them as you can, as many different betting websites. But I always know that realistically, the kind of gamblers we're talking to, you might not be able to have enough money to keep all those accounts filled. Because the worst thing that can happen is you have 10 different books and then you find on one of them the best line you've ever seen and you want to bet as heavy as you can on it. I got $17 in that account. So you want to have as many books as you can, but not so many that they can't be flush with the amount of cash you want to have in case something comes along that you can't resist and you want to bet big on it. Because I do think people get a little bit scared to bet big sometimes, and you shouldn't bet big all the time, and you definitely shouldn't be chasing and things like that. But every once in a while, if you feel really good about something, you're never going to be able to test your own system and your own skill unless you actually pull the trigger and bet on. Because I know you've been here, Tom, where you bet on a game and you win and everything comes to fruition just like you thought it would. And instead of being happy and doing the old Barry Horowitz and slapping yourself on the back, you're just like, God, why didn't I bet more? I knew it. I was 100%.
It is one of the things I bring up to you. Is I was like, it doesn't seem to bring you a lot of enjoyment. I guess it's in there somewhere. I mean,
100% no joy.
The chat room even said it. Our buddy says this sounds like a ton of work for something that's supposed to be an enjoyable hobby.
Well, that is kind of the podcast that I do. There's 1,000 podcasts out there that are going to go over all the stats, go over all the numbers, try to tell you about finding this microscopic edge, and then at the end of the day, if you're lucky, you might make $40 on the year. I'm trying to just give people a little bit more from my stance, a little less numbers, a little more narrative, a little more theme. Look at that season of the NFL like a season of reality and TV. It ebbs and flows. People go through struggles. People run hot. And you, as someone who's consuming the product anyway, just start to bet those opinions. And as much as you want to take a little bit of that sharp advice and pay attention to numbers and getting the best price, don't let it over-consume you to the point where you can't have any fun with it. And also, you want to test a system. If you've got some sort of idea of how you want to bet games and how good a team is, or this team's underrated or overrated, you're never going to know you're right or not unless you're following your own instincts and your own kind of betting system. So that's really what I'm trying to do with the podcast.
I put the camera on Tom so everyone could see how you're like, it's all about fun. You got to have fun. And Tom's just like, all right, come on, nerd.
I'm about to scream Tom fans week 1 lock of the week. Teaser lock of the week. Here it is.
Teaser lock of the week.
Tease Denver down from 7.5 down to 1.5.
Long teaser.
They're playing.
My mom had long teasers. They're so long.
They're
epically long.
They're playing Tennessee, and Denver could have the best defense in the NFL this coming year.
Okay.
And so I do not think Tennessee is going to come in with a rookie quarterback the first year in the NFL and beat Denver at home in Denver. So
why not just why not lay the points? Why tease it down?
Because here's why: you're pairing it with Baltimore in the Buffalo. You get Baltimore +1 in some books are +1.5. You can get the 6-point teaser. That's where your odds, because most books, unless you have a PPH like I do at -110, you're gonna get -120. So, but it's still fine. Tease Baltimore up to 7 or 7.5. You really should go past 7 and go into 7.5. So you may have to use a 6.5-point teaser. Tease Denver down to 1. Anyway, Baltimore +7.5. Denver down to -1.5. That's my guaranteed week 1 teaser of the week.
I almost caught
That
you.
will, if I lose that bet, I sprinkled money around everywhere, and I guarantee that bet wins. I will quit gambling if that bet doesn't win. It's so much of a lock that it's insane.
That's the brutal lock of the week.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You think Tennessee's beating Denver? And then
We got to go to break.
Ravens have it's a revenge game. They got screwed out of that
Did you
playoff
just call
game.
the Ravens game a revenge game? 'Cause that's good. That's pretty good.
Revenge.
A
The
revenge
Brutalist
game.
likes a good revenge
Yeah,
game.
the Brutalist
Jeff,
loves revenge.
Thanks for coming in. It's the Sharp Square
dude.
podcast. I like listening to it. It's a good show, and Jeff puts in the work. So it's it's quality. So thank you, Jeff.
Yeah,
We appreciate that.
appreciate
Thanks a lot,
man.
guys. I appreciate you.
You got it.
All right, we will be right back.
Perfect. That was funny.
It got hot in here.
Is that it
Yeah, that's
for
it.
today? All right, bye, guys.